Hello, hi, my name is Samaya Hodges. As you can see here, I am the plaintiff in a case filed against the United States. And you can see it says the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the federal and state law enforcement officers, the federal judges, the former Attorney General, which is Catherine Cortez of Nevada, the Secretary of Defense, the National Coordinator for Health Information Technology, Department of Defense, the former Nevada State, Attorney General. I said that former Attorney General, that was for the United States earlier, and then this one here is for Catherine Cortez. And in her official and personal capacity, Trina Giles in her personal and official capacity, the Department of Justice, and any other government agent and every other affiliate involved in the course of the investigation in their personal and official capacity. And these are all the defendants. And as you can see, I filed this case here with the United States District Court, the Eastern District of Missouri, Eastern Division. And here's the date here. That was when it was stamped, October the 8th, 2015. And here's the court seal, as you can see. Here's Samaya Hodges. It's from a Gregory L. Lynch, the clerk. This is a true and original copy. This comes from the District Court, the Eastern District of Missouri. And the clerk, although the clerk says Gregory J. Lynch, it was signed by Jason W. Docker, it seems. But anyways, this is the original seal from the court case. This here particular case, like I said, October 2015, was filed with the Missouri courts. The defendants defaulted on this case. They were held in contempt of court for non-compliance on this particular case. So they defaulted on this case. Then I went right in with a writ of execution and did all the other motions to follow up behind that so that they can go ahead and grant me the relief sought in this here particular case. I want the world to kind of see what I asked for, because in my studies, this is just the judicial allegations, but in my studies in Missouri at their law library, I was going through the probate law books, and it told me that I can ask for, there was statutes and citations and different readings in the book that tells me that I can ask for all of my ancestors' inheritance, unclaimed documents, unclaimed hidden treasures, land, diamond mines, field. I can ask for anything that belongs to my ancestors, and I can date it back as far as I wanted to. This was in the statutes in Missouri. So throughout the course of my investigation and me filing this document and knowing that, sure, I thought it was some hidden treasure out there. So yes, I began asking for these things. This is just some closing argument. These are fraudulent misrepresentation, assault and battery. Let's continue on. Let's get to the end. The cause of action here. And I'm missing a page or two, but in here, it says plaintiff demands her descendants' probate estates for the length of the length of time traced back in her genealogical research. Well, one of the reasons why I was filing this case is because some corrupt police officers had did some illegal studies of my DNA, and they traced my DNA to be one of the oldest living heirs of our ancestors in Africa. So that's why I said, as far as they had traced it back, and they had traced it all the way back. And not only that, in 1987, I'm going to see if I can find a copy of that, I was inherit the original certificate of title. That title is dated all the way back from August the 9th, 1912 AD. And so just keep that in mind just for a little bit as I continue to explain this. And so here you can see I asked for as far as it can trace back in my genealogical research. Okay, so I asked for all of that, and let's see, as part of the damages and the remedies and judges or recovery settlement. Wait a minute, this would include the discovery of assets such as real land, real and personal properties, income earned during the descendants' lifetime, their estates, the growing crop assets in the United States. That means anything that that our ancestors in Africa had or owned in the United States. Sometimes these elderly people, they die and they don't have any family, but yet they own lots of land and, like I said, hidden treasures and unclaimed insurance policies and different things like that. So I went ahead and state that, as you can see here, anything that they own in the United States, as well as the descendants of states in native countries such as Africa such as Africa. This would include mortgages, interest of mortgage, real properties, and other judgments the judge deemed appropriate for this year's settlement. And then I put the case where this was all possible, where I found this in the Missouri law book that says that I can ask for any unclaimed property. And that case right here is what I found. As you can see that. I'm missing another page. It looked like this, and I'll see if I can pull it up online, because it's the one I carry with me. But also in that it stated, ask for diamond mines, gold fields, chattel. That's for all of that. I have, so I'm missing a page, and which is not really, I'm not surprised by that, because throughout this whole ordeal, as you can see, the people that I am up against, they come in and out of this house, steal what they want and take what they want. So it looks like it appears that I'm missing a few pages from this particular document. But one thing they didn't do, as you can see here, it is official. And ever since 2015, I have been trying to get justice against these people who have, caused me wrong, and who have intentionally destroyed my business, my livelihood. I'm going to see if I can get this computer up so I can kind of show you some stuff here, who have intentionally destroyed my life. One of the reasons I'm making this here video today is because I am being held hostage by these defendants. They are holding me hostage electronically. They have illegally chipped me like an animal, and they constantly remind me of that daily. And so they are holding me hostage. I was forced to abandon my home. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, will be at 3 years, January 6, 2015. That's when I went to Missouri, because in Las Vegas, Nevada, I had been seeking help and justice since 2012, and no one would help me. So towards the end of December, when my daughter come home from Christmas, I could tell something wasn't right about her. And so I thought at that time that somebody was, physically threatening her, because she was helping me with this case. And all of a sudden she was just like frozen. She was like terrified and scared. So I just couldn't take that no more. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go or what to do. And I just know I had to leave Las Vegas, because I felt like that I was trapped there. There was nothing I can do, but yet I had to go and find a way to get some help to save my child, especially at that point, because I didn't know what else to do with her. And, I was just a desperate mother just trying to get some help at that time. Well, as of today, 3 years later, I'm still seeking help, but this time it's very hard and it's been difficult, because the United States government and Trump and all these guys are holding me hostage, and it's electronic hostage. Although I am in Houston, I'm forced away from my home in Las Vegas, and I am in Houston, Texas right now. And the reason why I say electronic hostage, because this here chip, this device, it controls every other computer that I am in contact with. And not only does it control every other computer, it also controls every organ in my body. And it's the same little tiny chip as they would put in a dog. And so all of my communications, according to the United States Codes 1825 through 2510 through 2522, that gives you all of the, that lists the Wiretap Act. And it tells you with that pen, register, trap, and trace, which that's what they have also done. It gives you like a description of all the communication that they're blocking. So these people, all my phone calls are being rerouted to imposters. All of my emails, I'm constantly sending them to the courts. They are just being blocked. When I take mail to the post office, all of my mail is being blocked. They go right behind it and take it. So mail that I'm sending to the courts, mail that I am sending to Barack Obama, all of it is just being taken and blocked before it reaches these people's destination. And so that's what I mean by I am intentionally being held hostage. I went from owning at one point a chain of beauty salons, 3 salons, and a host of other businesses, side businesses that I was working on, such as my own radio talk show. I'm an author of a book, my own product line, and other just other little stuff that I did. 2 nonprofits. I had all of this going at one time before these people just intentionally sabotaged my life, and they did this before I even started this case. They was destroying my business. That's what made me even go and try to seek justice in Nevada from the first place. In 2012, I wrote absolutely everybody that I can think of, every elected official. 2013, I did the same thing in Nevada and outside of Nevada. And yet all it brought me was more trouble when I started trying to seek justice for somebody illegally surveillancing me and intentionally trying to destroy my business. So I make this video again because I'm looking for some help. I'm trying to get out of here. I am being held hostage. If I try to drive somewhere to file documents, they can just shut my truck down at any time. Right now, I have no funds. They're blocking everybody from giving me any type of financial support. And, they done broke in my home 2-3 times looking for whatever. I don't know what they're looking for. But the good thing about it is, and I thank God, is that I have walked a straight and a narrow line all my life. I dotted every I and I crossed every T my entire life. And everybody that the United States government interrogated and questioned and harassed, threatened, and beaten and murdered, everybody that they did that to, they still couldn't get no one to say anything bad about me because, like I said, again, there's nothing bad that they can find on me. This here chip that they have chipped me with, this illegal device, they have the ability to record and listen to my thoughts, see through my visual. It's called optical surveillance and the whole 9 yards. So basically, Trump, the United States government, has stolen my entire being. They deprived me of all of my rights, absolutely all of my rights. When a man does not have his own consciousness, his own thoughts, his own sleep, dreams, and visual, and all of that, they have deprived me of my entire being. So here's where I am right now. So I'm making this video live. I make another one tomorrow with my face and my picture. Being that it's kind of late, I just thought I wanted to do something quick because I just got my phone back. It had been down for a couple months. They shut my all forms of the communication off. So I've just got this phone fixed today. Just got turned on today. So that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. But I am desperately seeking help. I've been trying to seek help from other countries. I contacted the United Nations, Russia, everybody just trying to get some help. Again, all of it has been blocked. Whenever this thing come to an head and it get investigated, where the computer forensics, they'll be able to tell from 2012 up until today, which is now 2018, they will be able to see the thousands and thousands and thousands of emails and different things from my website in which I tried to contact these people. Also, I have other videos on YouTube too that I have made in regards to the United States government, the police officers here, holding me hostage, Then took my child, my youngest daughter, away from her, raped her, forced her into sex trafficking, and the whole 9 yards. So, and this is a school age child. They call her a minor, although she's in college. She's like minor-like. And so the law states that she's a minor, so she was still under my guardian, and she's still like, a minor-like child. Still in school, minor-like. So they call that a minor-like child, but she was a virgin. She was a Christian. She was all of that before she was forced to go to New York and to commit sexual favors for these people in Congress. When she got there, I had no clue that she was even going to New York, and that was so not like her at the time, because she at that time would share absolutely everything with me. She would call me about anything, and she would never ever take a trip without get my approval, because she was still at that time, again, a child, asking me for directions and guidance. But that was during that same time that she went to New York without my being aware of that. And when I did find out about it, it was because she had sent me a text. And let's see if I can find that text. She had sent me a text saying that she was in New York and she was staying with a radiologist. I'm sorry, I think he was a cardiologist. But that text, his apartment number was 1306. That was his apartment number. At that time, my business address at Granny's Beauty Center was 1306. And then his apartment number was 1306. What the United States government and Trump and all the other guys, what they were doing was letting me know, because prior to that they would send me notification as to say they are her new guardians now. They took ownership over her, forced her into sex trafficking, to say that they are her new guardians now, and that she is now their business. So they send her wherever they want her to go to perform little sexual favors and different things for her friends, for their friends. So I am again trying to seek help. I'm going to go ahead and pause this right now. This is just a quick spare of the moment. I would like to come back and make another one when I have all of my facts and different things ahead of me, so that I can show you. And I'm going to be doing that daily go ahead and let's see if I can find it. I'm going to be doing that daily, posting up videos with facts to show you and to show the world. But most importantly, I am seeking emergency intervention. I'm seeking help from my daughters, my brother, and some of my other family members. So I pray to God that Barack Obama can get this message. I've been trying to write him the whole time when he was in office. It appears that his all the mail that I sent has been interrupted. The courts are aware of this case. They gave me orders to go ahead and proceed with a summons, but it was shortly after I got those orders to go ahead and proceed with a summons to these people that they started just murdering people, that they start holding me hostage electronically. I was already chipped, but they just start making sure that I don't get no form of communication outside to the public and to the world. And as you can see, again, this should have made the news. Look at this. This is the original signature from the court. So this should have made the news a long time ago. And as you can see here, look at these people that I'm alleging that's doing all of this. So this should have been in the news a long time ago. And so, again, I'm just trying to get this out. I pray that Barack Obama get a hold to this message, because I've been writing him diligently daily, and I've been sending emails and sending them through the mail. But, again, it appears that he may not be getting his mail. The courts have also told me, too, that they have sent correspondent. And within the last year, when I can go to the court's website, I can see certain correspondent. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm doing two things at one time. This is a picture of me and my daughter, and I'm scrolling down her old text messages because I'm trying to find that message that she sent me. And again, I apologize. I'm so really unprepared. But when I come back here, I would have more documents to improve to show you. Here is one of, look at this. This is what I showed the judge in Las Vegas, because I did start this case in Las Vegas. And the judge ruled in my favor, but she was just saying that I may not know who it is that's doing it, but I do agree that these things are happening to you. Now, this is a phone call I got March the 10th, and I believe this was in 2014 at my salon. And look what the call ID says. So this stuff is true. This is a call ID. This is the number that called me. And again, that's the number that called me. So this is some real stuff we said. And that's one of the things that I showed to the judge that she looked at. That's one of the pieces of evidence that I showed to her in Las Vegas. And she said, yes, this is happening to you. And I did, rule in your favor. And although the judges ruled in my favor, I'm still caught up in this mess because the defendants refused to cooperate. They refused to set a date for the settlements conference. They refused to issue me technically the entire Africa, or not only Africa, but the entire world technically belonged to Somalia, but I would settle with Africa because in this statement I did ask for all of our ancestors' rights and everything back. So technically, because they defaulted on this, and at the time I really didn't know what I was doing. I'd never even been in a situation like this before where I had to defend myself in court. So I was kind of really naive and kind of, dumb going into it, to be honest with you. I just had no clue, but I seen that and I was like, wow, I mean, tell me there's some hidden treasures, that's in Africa from our ancestors. Well, let me ask for it. And I had no clue that it would end up, to this here magnitude. So basically the entire Africa belongs to me because the defendants not showing up for court, not obeying the judge's orders, for non-compliances. They didn't do any of that, so they was held in contempt of court, as you can see here. So basically that means everything that I asked for at that time I should have been granted. And by them probably just kind of like, I don't know, maybe they just thought they weren't going to show up in court, or they didn't have to comply because I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I really didn't. But I learned as I was going, and I studied, and they kind of like backfired in their face because, and so that's what happened. And so, but since then, so much has transpired. But nevertheless, if you're out there and if you're listening to this here, I am desperately seeking some help. I'm trying to get to Barack Obama. I'm trying to get him to come and rescue me and my daughters. One who is in California, who's a student going to school to be a doctor, but yet she is being held hostage. As for ransom, so the defendants are just got to close eye on her, close nest on her, and won't let her go, won't let her come visit me, won't let her call, all of that, because they unless I bow down and give in to them. So they are holding her as leverage, and they're holding her for ransom and as hostage. So I am desperately trying to seek some help from somebody out there. Again, I had 3 salons in Las Vegas, Nevada, my own home. I just built a pool and I pay for everything cash. I am a hairstylist, and I've been doing that all of my entire life. And everybody knows me in Las Vegas and St. Louis and in Minnesota because I was excellent at my craft, and I was the person who had the stylist who would have, if I opened up at 6 a.m, I probably had a line of people outside waiting on me already. And so I just wanted to share that with you. I'll be getting back with you guys soon. Again, I have more information, but I don't have it ready yet. This is just like a quick spare of the moment thing. So I'll get back with you guys later. Just give me a bit and let me pull all this together, and I shall make another one soon.